Well, today's the Wednesday, it's the 6th of July. No, it isn't, it's the 6th of August. I keep getting that wrong. 6th of August 2025, Anita's gone off to a knitting group, so I'm here in, well, I'm going to go to Magaluf. I'm actually in Torrenova at the moment, and there's Pappy's. Jim's always asking me about Pappy's. Well, there it is, all open. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, so everything's still going to be a little bit sleepy, I think, especially in the parts of Magaluf that I'm going to start in, which is up here. Torrenova. I've got to say Torrenova. I know that Eduardo would like to correct me there. This is his territory. So that way we go to Palmanova, and that way we go to Magaluf, and that's where I'm going to be heading. It's another sunny day. I've just been past the thermometer, tells me it's 30 degrees already, and that's 11 o'clock in the morning. I haven't done very many walks since we've been back from Guernsey, really. We walked a lot while we were in Guernsey, but since we've been back, it's just felt too warm to do long walks, so we've cut those down a little bit. But, I'm on my own today, and I thought I'd come to have a look around Magaluf. Prince William down there, EastEnders. This is the block that's it's going to be knocked down eventually, but it's going to be here for the summer. But you can't go in it. It's all shut up. It's even got a police tape across there. But yeah, up until recently, this was a hotel up and running, but it's now going to be cleared, and we'll, I imagine, start seeing things happening here at the end of the season, sort of October time. At the moment, it's beginning to look a little bit rough, a bit neglected. There's a gentleman here doing a bit of painting. It's actually quite a large piece of land, and the ideas are car park area, green area. I don't think there's going to be any new building on it, so just free up the space a little bit. And we're heading up now to the top of the Magaluf strip. Another reason for not making too many walking videos is that we've been involved with going to our local fiestas. And the last two nights of them was last night and tonight, so tonight will be the very last one. But we've really enjoyed being part of the community, meeting lots of the neighbours that we have. Some that we know, some that we didn't know. We do now. And just love the feeling of how welcome we were made, and lots and lots of people came up to us and wanted to have a chat or show us things, talk about things. And it just felt such a lovely, lovely atmosphere. Anyway, so last night they had karaoke. We didn't go down to that. And tonight they've actually got the end of the fiesta, so it's a bit of a special night. And it's we're going to have some food, especially for the residents, neighbours of Hanover. You had to buy your tickets in advance, but we couldn't do that because, well, we can't do it tonight because we've got a football match. So we're going to see Real Mallorca They're going to be playing football in Sapobla. It's an annual event. And pick Monroe up, and I'll take him along. It'll be our first match of the new season, effectively. It's actually called the Agricultural Trophy. Sapobla being the agricultural area of the island, and the UK, one of the places where they export the new potatoes from is Sapobla. Just want to cross over here. This is the infamous Magaluf strip. All quiet now. Got the delivery vans here. Remains of party night last night. But yeah, everything going to be getting ready for the next one. They just keep going, don't they? It's not an area, not a place that we come to in the evenings anyway. I have, years ago, done walked around here at sort of 8 o'clock in the morning, and still see people who are out partying from the night before. Nature be asking me to be careful and watch these balls that are along the side here, easy to trip over them. So yes, the Torrenova fiestas finish this evening. It's Wednesday the 6th. And just driven through Torrenova to get here. And I think on the Torrenova video I did show that they were setting up a stage. Well, that's all now set up, and this morning they were bringing out some barriers and setting up a bar and setting up lots of other things, because the fiestas for Torrenova start today, Wednesday the 6th, and go through to Sunday the 10th. So if you're around in Torrenova, you might want to just wander along and just have a look to see what's going on there. You see the boat? There's a boat on the sea over there. It's going around just leaning, looking for objects floating in the sea near to the shore, and just checking everything's okay. This is Crusoe's. They'll be opening up later on. I don't think they're open yet, don't they? Well, maybe they are. And then come down onto the new promenade. Yeah, some people already having drinks at the bar. Yeah. So I say the new promenade. This part is actually the old promenade. This is the part of the promenade all the way to the end here that's not been redone. This is going to be done in the closed season, so starting towards the end of October, beginning of November. And then on this side we've got the new promenade. This is where the work stopped, and they've done a lovely job of this. So really how it's really nice, and just needed to be done. Some of the paving along here was quite poor, so now it's all done properly, and they took the opportunity of putting some infrastructure in. It's one of the reasons it took such a long time. So underneath here there's all sorts of pipes and tubes and things, water and drainage and that sort. And they've planted some more palm trees, and they're setting up these little green areas, these little oases or sand dunes. And just try and give it a bit of a new feel. When they did actually inaugurate it, they did have a special presentation which was in the square here. We did come down to that, and lots of dignitaries from Calvia and elsewhere came along and did the presentation. It was a fiercely hot day and quite uncomfortable. I had to be giving out water just to keep everyone cool. Toilets there and the first aid post and a little chiringuito, little bar. And it's easy to show a picture like this of an empty bar or an empty restaurant and say that there's nobody here. But it's 11 o'clock in the morning, so don't expect people to be here. In fact, it's not even open. There's already people coming out and setting themselves up on the beach over there. Notice the sign says Blackbeard's is a smoke-free restaurant. You can't smoke in there. That's really good news.
Yeah.
The pool, small pool in it.
Was it like
All the showers are working now. Thing I would like to see actually along here would be a little more shade on the promenade itself. We've got a little bit coming up, but I think we need a little bit more. The last bit of major construction work that they were doing on the beach was for this jetty that goes out. It's also got a culvert which takes the water out into the sea if we have a storm, and that's been rebuilt and all looks much better now. The tractor that's on the beach, well, that's on the beach because they are doing cleaning up, which they do every day pretty much. They're just out there, just tidying everything up, making it look good. Rent a boat. No surfing here. And these little sand dune things that they're setting up, they are irrigated. There's water being fed to them, which is why they're growing so well. They really are bushing up now. And that's going to make a nice little break between the promenade and the sunbeds and the sea. I'm not sure how wild they're going to allow these things to go. Time will tell on that. Start to see the beds still quite early in the morning, but lots of beds are now being set up and taken, parasols being used. Lifeguard is on duty and there's a green flag. Not very much wind today. Did go out. We were along Paseo Maritimo and it was actually quite breezy, and I forgot the dead cat. And so it was a little bit noisy, the wind. In Palma Nova, we've been past Turtle Beach, and it's very, very successful in Palma Nova. They look pretty much full every time we've been past. This isn't open yet, by the way, so it'll be opening up a little bit later on. And I'm sure they're going to do equally well here. Nice big terrace, nice comfy chairs. And I wish them all the best for the rest of this season. Lots of people arriving now. Children with their spades. It's a daiquiri pass. Just got some pedlos, lots of pedlos actually already out on the sea. Now here there are no parasols and sunbeds for rent, so we can actually start to see the parasols that people have brought themselves to the beach. So they're largely locals, but not necessarily all locals. And this is one of the bigger dunes that's set up in the middle. It's actually roped off as well. And that's raised. It's not raised very high, but raised just a little. And again, just gives that bit of a separation from the promenade and the sea. Perhaps the biggest fan in Torrenova. If you know one bigger, you'll have to let me know. But that one's huge. This is Tom Brown's fan. Tom Brown's, any time of the day, you're going to find lots of people here, and here at 11 o'clock in the morning, people are out having breakfast or brunch or whatever you call it at this time of the day. And here they're queuing up for hiring different things.
But 15 minutes is not enough.
This is all nice and new. We've been walking along here, we've seen them setting this up. This is really swish. Roots, nice tables, nice chairs, big sunshades. Very nice. Obviously, during the construction work here, pretty much all of these were shut down. They were shut down in the winter time anyway. This is a new one as well. This is Puerto Rico. It's all been completely refurbished, and we're enjoying the gardens, little flower beds. And this is one of the more traditional ones, the Ancla Verde. Hola, buenos días.
Hola.
¿Qué bien? Tapas, pasta, and pizza. Another little dune here. I'm going to head into Magaluf itself. Well, before we do, I suppose I should mention the bungalows. These bungalows here, some of the original buildings that are from Magaluf Beach. And one of them was actually featured at the presentation of the new promenade because it's been a family-run thing for many years. And really, they were the first. Also had at the presentation one of the first member of the family, or one of the first hoteliers to set up here in Magaluf, which kicked it all off all those years ago. Another big fan, but not quite so big. This one's the Titanic's fan. Titanic. We've stopped by there for tapas during lockdown and when we started to come out again. I need to find some shade. It's pretty good. This is a bank. But they've got a nice little shady area here. It just makes a big difference when you're walking. You're just walking in that shade. It's a street we don't walk down very often. But, there are some shops and bars. And it just seems to me a bit less attractive than the main street, which is the one I am going to walk down. And got the piano bar up there. Several people have asked me about that. This one's the Britannia. I can walk down here and be in the shade. Buses are completely back to normal now. That's the TIB bus, that's the yellow and red ones. There was a few days when they were on strike. That's all been sorted out now. The strike has been completely called off, and so services have resumed back to normal. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be always easy to get the bus, because this time of the year they do get very full. Inside hotel, inside by Melia. Been asked a couple of times about, are there more or less tourists here? And I think the first few months there may have been a slight reduction, but June apparently the figures show a 3% increase in international tourists. 3% increase in spending. Some people have put that down to the fact that prices have gone up more than 3%. This is the fountain area, by the way, so I have to walk here gingerly just in case they switch the fountains on. I don't know how that works. And then up there we have the swimming pools, which are way up high. This is the Sea Golf. This is a relatively new addition to the area. And Locura. This might be a little go-kart track for youngsters. Not seen that in operation, but it's all out ready. McDonald's. Across the road we've got a thing called Bet Point, which I suppose is the equivalent of an amusement arcade that we have in England. And certainly when we've been to places like Weymouth particularly, they have all the amusement arcades. That's the equivalent. A bit more restricted here, I think. You might need to be a bit older to go in. It's a bit more serious. But not Not the sort of place that we would go to. That's Benny Hills across the road there. Here we've got Espanol menu del dia, $12.95. $12.95. That's a good price for menu del dia. Very good price. Sinky's there. Best Scottish pub in town. They'll be opening up later, I'm sure. Lots of shops and bars along here. If you don't fancy walking, you can hire a bike. Bit warm for cycling, but they have electric bikes there as well. Maybe what I should be doing, a little bit more, something like that. It's too hot really for me at the moment, and we're going away soon, cool off in the UK, and then we'll be back in September, and well, hopefully it'll cool down a little bit then. We'll be able to do more walks. And we went to see the nurse yesterday, and one of the questions she asked was about, are you still walking? And explained to her that we're doing less walking because of the temperatures, and she said, yeah, it's quite sensible not to be walking, and when it's so hot, and limit it maybe to the early mornings or late evenings, just keeping out of the sun. So I'm not actually following her advice at the moment because it's very sunny. But she liked the idea that we go swimming now and again. And my weight was a fraction down, nothing fantastic, but down. It's BCM. It's just been voted one of the best night spots, I don't know, best something anyway. Across from here we've got Panama Jacks and various other establishments. This used to be Magaluf Autos. Now a takeaway. This is the Sol Kathmandu. Interesting, they've closed a lot of the terraces in up there. I suppose effectively that means they can say they've got bigger rooms. Don't know. The report just a week or so ago was saying that nearly all of the hotels now are up to 4 stars. And one of the requirements was about room size. So they'll do that in whatever way they can. I suppose especially if they don't have to reduce the number of rooms. Probably can't hear, but I can hear that the pool's over there, and I can hear the sound of lots of people having fun by the pool. And remember, I'm deaf, so I don't hear very well. Kathmandu Crossing. This actually used to be where you bought your tickets to go on the submarine that they used to have going up Magaluf. No submarine anymore. Torrenova rent-a-car, so it gives you an idea where we are. Leaving Magaluf, heading into Torrenova. Another one of these salons de juegos, amusement, arcade. Tend to be gambling machines rather than game machines, I think. And then across the road, that's the hotel, Kathmandu, and the Yeti climbing up the side of it, and then next to that we've got the upside down house, which is the house of Kathmandu, which is quite an interesting place to visit. I've never done a video in there, so maybe that's something to put on the list. Finnegan's. Live music near here every night, I think. Kathmandu isn't just the house, there's a golf on the other side, and it's like a 4D, 5D, 6D, I don't know how many D cinema. But I've had a nice walk, just over half an hour I think I've been walking. So I think I deserve a little break and a drink before I go and pick Anita up. I've done my circular tour. So where a better place to stop than Leo's. Well, it's been a long walk. It's very hot, so I've succumbed. Cheers, everyone. Well, lovely, cold, refreshing shandy. It's delicious. And I've got about 20 minutes to relax before I have to go and pick Anita up. Oh, cheers, everyone. I don't know, there's something about sitting outside Leo's, having a drink. It is just so relaxing. I've had a half an hour there now. I think I could be late for Anita. Anyway, I'll get going, and obviously that's the end of this video, so thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. So bye for now. Lots of people waiting at the bus stop. Things are beginning to liven up. Anyway, I'm off.